Hey, Sharvel. What's going on, man? Trying this live thing again for the second time, or I guess technically third. I did two back to back really quickly, just trying to see how this is gonna work. Got some new prints laying on the table there. Got the Mayan and the Moan Labe. I did them a little bit slower. I showed some other ones yesterday, but those were done a lot quicker. Those were printed in like 2 hours, so I slowed these down a lot. So I don't know. I don't know. It's all trial and error. We'll see how this pans out when I actually get to go out and have some fun with them. But it's pretty nasty out today. I was planning on going out, but the range we have is pretty much just all dirt. So I didn't really feel like going and getting rained on and getting all muddy today. But we'll see how tomorrow pans out. Ideally, I'll get out there tomorrow and do some tests with the new printed frames. We'll see how this goes. May get a really good video and see me blow some digits off, or maybe not. We'll see. But the other thing I haven't done yet is make some actual knife throwing or just random object throwing videos. I was thinking about putting something together there. I did that quite a bit when I was younger. A couple years back, I was pretty into it as well. So here or there, I still do it. Find a random box at work or something, get something thrown through it, screwdriver or whatever. You know, it's it's always been fun. Grew up throwing that. I ruined a bunch of knives when I was younger. Um, Learning how to throw, but that's something I enjoy as well. I don't know. Let me know, guys, if y'all think we should do some throwing videos as well. And I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, I can do those on live, so that would be pretty neat. You can't touch any firearms, from my understanding, or move them or anything. So pretty much restricted on that, but I believe I can do some throwing videos on live. That would be pretty neat. I don't know. Let me know y'all's thoughts. I'm not real good at just talking to myself, so if y'all got anything, throw it down in the live chat. I guess the only update that I can really throw out there is I'm redoing my room that I'm using currently. It's probably right now, I don't know, anywhere probably 15 by 15, something like that. And I'm gonna little over double that size, so I should have a pretty good setup going forward for doing lives, along with I don't know, hopefully having some good footage. Trying to set this up as like a really cool like firearm weapon room. Uh, right now everything's kind of bundled in safes and stuff like that, so I want to try to get something neat. Have like some wall mounted deals and stuff like some of the cool YouTubers have. I Everything I'm gonna do myself, so we'll see how it pans out. I don't know. I'm not the best carpenter. Pretty good turning wrenches, but not as best uh, actually fabricating stuff in the house. Never been my forte, but we'll see. I don't know. I was thinking about doing mounts for rifles on the wall, but I don't know if I'm gonna do like a pegboard style or just have them with like more hooks, just hooks like straight into the wall, and have them laying there like that. Um, I don't know. I'm gonna kind of dig around and see what kind of designs. First, I gotta expand this room. Um, then from there, I don't know how I'm gonna cut it. I need to have a really nice table. I don't know if I'm gonna go with a metal table, or if I'm gonna, build one. Right now, this one's built kind of more of like a bar, where you can go underneath of it and have storage underneath and stuff. So I don't know. Kind of torn on what I'm gonna do as far as more of like a gunsmithing slash live table. Uh, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not good at envisioning that, so I'm gonna have to get it all out and then go from there and see what that's gonna look like. So I definitely want to. I got my print station separated from my room. I want to have everything condensed, not condensed, but everything together. Um, that make me feel a lot better having everything, in a set. And I still got to set up an area to hold filament and stuff like that. I don't know. It's all been a trial and error. Everything has been just a learning experience recently, so we'll see where it all goes. But I really do enjoy the printing aspect. I've been very, I don't want to say against it. I just haven't. I don't know. I've thought about it for a long time. I just never went through with it. Didn't think it was going to be as cool or as neat as it is, or as useful, I guess. But so far, it's been really, really cool experience. I've had it for maybe a month, probably a couple weeks, and I've already printed. I don't know. I'm surprised that thing's still working as much as I've printed. When I first got it, the last or first week at least, it was just nonstop. As soon as that thing quit, I threw something else on it. So I made a lot of like dragons and different things that are firearm related as well, and just random shit throughout or stuff throughout the house. But we'll see. I don't know. I definitely want to. I think the bamboo X1C is going to be the next investment. Um, we're going to do some of the higher temperature nylons and stuff like that. There's some PSR posted a video yesterday, I believe, showing that new filament that had came out. May have to give that a try whenever it drops. See how that runs, but the PET CF has been like the highest temperature stuff I've ran through it so far. Got the printer going in the background now. That's was it a good hand? It's like some ace cards on the frame. It looked pretty cool on the CAD, so we'll see what it looks like when it actually comes out. For any of you guys watching, what would y'all like to see? I don't want to say a long form video, but not a short. What would be a good idea for another video? Something a little more in depth, or testing, or I don't know, something. Looking for ideas. I have some of my own, but I'd like to see what you guys want to see. Open to any kind of ideas or opinions. Let me know what y'all think. Let's throw it down there. What's going on, Oliver? For a living, I work with like heavy equipment. It's pretty much what I've done for I don't know the last 10 years or so. Got into it and just kind of stuck with it. Yeah, yeah, it's something. It's better than being cooped up all day in an office. To me, it's not really my personality. Get to work around a bunch of guys that like to mess around all day and stuff like that. So makes it fun for sure. Keeps it interesting. Trying to get some more ideas for up and coming videos. I want to put together some good stuff. I've gotten some different mounts and different things I'm trying out, but um, I definitely want to make a tannerite video too soon. See what that looks like. One of the ranges that I'm using, I probably won't be able to in the next after about 2 months from now. So I'm gonna have to switch it up and go somewhere else. But I like to have the freedom of doing it somewhere that I'm not restricted by RSOs and stuff like that. So it's I'm shooting on another buddy's property. He's got plenty of room out there to do some stuff. Yeah, same man. Better than me sitting here talking to myself. What do you do for a living, Oliver? Gotcha. Man, there's nothing wrong with that. I I did some. I definitely have done office work, especially when I was younger. Uh, it hadn't been that long, I suppose, but um, it's a different environment, though, for sure. You know, but man, I'm kind of a good mix, though. I do have some things that I have to do in the office as well due to my role, but as much as I can not be in there, I try my best. You know, plus ADHD, so I can't really sit still very well, and I don't take medicine or anything like that for it to slow me down. But I it's not easy sitting still sometimes. That was my biggest hang up for office work, especially just full time. Yeah, yeah, same. But I don't know. I mean, there's things that you can do and find to keep you, you know, interested. Our brains work a lot faster than most, so we just don't stop. Are you into firearms, Oliver, or no? Yeah, the miniguns are awesome. I uh, I got a couple. What I think I have three or no, I got four revolvers. 22, two 357s, and a 38. Definitely like the revolvers for sure. They I mean they definitely still have their place. A lot of people say they don't, but you know the 357 is a really good carry option for sure. Its barrier penetration and just ballistics of it outweighs pretty much any semi-auto gun you can get for the most part. 10 millimeter is a good, you know, compromise though. Yeah, I know definitely. I just YouTube's got to restrict it where I can't touch any firearms. Um, I think. Hold on, let me see if I can. I don't know if I can do this or not, but we'll do it. There's one sitting right there that I have, and I'm not supposed to actually move them, so that's unfortunate. But I have one on the other side as well that I can show you. Um, but I think I can move my camera. I would assume. But and then there's a little 38 right there that that I have. So yeah, those are two of them. I got the other two put up, but that the one on the right, the one I showed you first, is it's an old 357 six shot, and then the second one I showed you is 38. But yeah, I wish YouTube would let me actually handle them on live. That would be cool. I could actually go a little more in depth and talk about them and answer some questions. But are you in like a country or a state or somewhere where you have limitations or something along the lines of that? Cool. Yep, same. Yeah, that is a Beretta. That's the PX4. That was actually the first firearm that I bought. What probably it was when I turned 21. So I don't know. What is that? 12 years ago, something like that. I actually had two of the PX4s. I had that one's chambered in 9 millimeter, but I had one chambered in 40, and I bought it. That one I bought brand new, but the other one I bought secondhand, and it had upgraded springs and different. I think it had a tungsten guide rod and some different things, but I don't know. I've never been a huge 40 guy. Nice, nice. I always was a big Beretta fan. Oliver, yeah, I don't. I mean, I think you can actually get a lot of those. I don't know about the rocket launcher, but you can definitely get a minigun if you have enough money. You could do it, but it takes a lot of. I believe you'd have to be like a. I don't know. I think you'd have to have your two or three to get it. But you could probably shoot it with the right amount of money. You can find somewhere to go shoot one. And that Beretta Cougar is a rotating barrel too, isn't it? Those rotating barrels are supposed to be a lot more accurate than the tilting, like the Glocks and different things. I I've always enjoyed it. I did a whole lot of research when I was, up until that 21 range, and that was the one that I landed on for reliability. Just overall, just that PX4 seemed to be the right choice, and I don't regret it. It doesn't have any of the optic cuts or anything, which I wish it did. But I love that. I mean, that was my first gun. I'll never get rid of it for sure. Our first pistol that I was able to buy. Oh, gotcha. Is it is that Cougar? Is it a steel frame or is that polymer just like the PX4? But yeah, I could see how that would look similar though for sure. I don't know that you did a bad thing though for sure. I think that's an awesome looking gun, and I think it's got the same capacity as the PX4 if I'm not mistaken. What's up, Tim? Just doing some quick looking into that 8,000. That I mean, they look really, really similar. I guess it was just the big brother to the PX4. Okay, yeah. See the steel frame. I like some steel frame. That's the like the 1911. I want to pick up one of the new M&Ps that are all steel. I don't really have a need for it, and the last M&P I bought kind of disappointed me. So I don't know. I just wanted to wait and have a couple years under its belt before I go buy another because I picked up the M&P 10 2.0 and had a whole lot of issues out of it when I first got it. And me being stubborn in the way I am, I didn't send it back. I didn't want to go through all that hassle and lose my brand new gun for months on end. So I started replacing springs and polishing and got it running right. So I think the culprit was weak mag springs, but that seemed to do the trick. They were literally firing or the last two rounds were going straight up in the magazine, like 90 degrees straight up. It was pretty rough. You shoot 13 out of the 15, no problem. You get down to those last two, and they'd be trying to feed like directly up. It was very weird. I've never seen anything like it. But it seems like I wasn't the only person having some issues out of those things. But definitely like a steel frame gun. The weight is one issue, but it just depends. I mean, yeah, and I have the 10 point, or I'm sorry, the 4.2. I had the shorter of the two, and yeah, I mean it was weird, and a lot of people say break-in issues. It wasn't that. I ran a lot of rounds through it, and a lot of really hot loaded rounds. Like the Sig makes a really good hollow point for them. They're actually loaded pretty hot, and I tried my best to break that thing in and give it a fair shake before I said it had issues. But no, it definitely did, and I don't know. I was 7, 8, at least 100 rounds through it, and it was still doing the same thing every time. So I started replacing springs on it and polishing, feed ramps and different things, and I now it's running good. So still concerns me a little bit because stuff like that sometimes just don't show up you know until you need it. But I do like it. It was between that and the XD at the time, and I'm not a Springfield guy at all. I don't own anything Springfield. I still have a bad taste in my mouth over stuff they did during like COVID era, but they do make some nice 1911s for sure. And the Saint is a pretty neat or nice, AR variety. So I don't know. Maybe one day I'll pick one up. Yeah, yeah. Ten's not necessarily cheap, but I like it. That 1911 to the left, the black is it's 10 millimeter as well. I believe. Yeah, I only have the two. That one and the M&P. Um, and then that M&P up by the knife on the left. That's a 40. But the cool thing about the 10 is you can shoot the 40 out of it. Some of them may not cycle, but they will shoot them. Just depends on how hot that 40 is, if they'll actually cycle that action or not. It may turn into a bolt action, more or less, or a single action, single shot. It's one of those things. As high as 10 millimeter is, it was, you get a brand new gun, you want to try it, and then you start having issues, and you're like, well, it could be a break-in period, so you just keep going to find out. Definitely wasn't a break-in period. There's just weak springs in them. I think what they did was put the springs and everything from the 40, which may have been the same parts as the 9, because 9 and 40 usually use a lot of the same parts in most pistols. So I think everything was just weak. It wasn't set up for a 10. And unfortunately, a lot of manufacturers load their 10 in 40 spec, so you're not really getting a true 10 millimeter round, but or at least pressures. But some of them do, and that seemed to be where I would really have the issues. I was shooting some of that hotter stuff. But I don't know. One of these days I'll probably get into reloading. I don't think it actually saves much money, but it would be nice to have some of these, like your 357s and 10 millimeter stuff like that, to actually be able to have a full power load going through it. I wonder, is it does it change on, are you getting the first few through no issue, or is it just feeding sporadically random, or is it, have you noticed any trends with the feeding issues yet? Like a different kind of, like, round nose or hollow point, or the first 5 rounds, last 5 rounds? Is there any kind of consistency to it, or is it just across the board feeding terribly? Patriot, have you polished your feed ramp, or looked to see if there's any kind of burrs or anything in there? Just waiting on whatever issues you're having, like what if there's any consistency or any kind of pattern you found. But polishing the feed ramp is something I usually do to any of my firearms, and I think that's a big portion of break-in period, is getting that feed ramp, nice and smooth. But that usually solves a lot of issues in a lot of firearms, is polishing that feed ramp, especially with some of the hollow points and like flat nose and different things, especially like the 10, having the flat nose on them. They they can be kind of a booger sometimes. Are you having issues chambering that, like, first round? Is it kind of hanging up doing that, or is it just is it just random? I don't know what my favorite is, honestly. I know the Shadow Systems up there is probably one of my favorites. I think I can move the camera. The one on the top left. It's probably my favorite. That's the one I usually have with me. So, gotcha, man. If you have a Dremel, or um, even if you don't, if you just get like some of that, I thought I might have some. Yeah, like I think I can show stuff even though I have guns on here. If you put something like this Never Dull, the Eagle One, and you just rub down that feed ramp, that should help you a lot. A lot of issues stem from the feed ramp being just rough, especially if you haven't shot it a lot. But that would be my first step. Would be polishing that feed ramp and just you know cycle that action a lot. Just dry, just dry. Don't you don't have to have any bullets in it. Just keep working that action back and forth. Just run that slide and see how that if that changes anything. It may help loosen some stuff up or knock any burrs out that are in it. But I would definitely polish that feed ramp too. And if you have a Dremel, I would suggest using it to, not any kind of grinding wheels or anything like that, but just like a buff polisher style little pad that you can put on there and use some of that Eagle One or Mother's mag polish would be a good one. Yeah, I mean I like suppressors. I just have issues with the tax stamp, so I don't own any. I have a real problem with that. I think we should be able to have them regardless. I don't think we should have to pay a extortion fee for them. What sets it apart from the rest? I don't know. I just like it. It's my Gucci Glock, I guess. It's uh, it's fun. It's compensated, and I had the red dot on it, which I like. And it was like the first, I don't know, nice pistol that I bought. Yeah, I get that, Jay. I've been thinking about it a lot more recently than ever, and I probably will end up picking up a suppressor at some point. But I don't know. It gives me a headache even thinking about having to pay that fee. And plus, like I don't know, the manufacturers know that they can get what they want for them. So a lot of them are just way overpriced for what they are. Yeah, I agree. I had a PX4 and 40 as well, and I think that was probably the lightest recoil in 40 I've ever shot. Oh yeah, that one was I bought secondhand. It was used, but they had like a tungsten guide rod and like some different things in it. It had Trijicon sight or yeah the night sights on it and tritium night sights. There we go, and some different things done to it, and it shot really well. I just never been a big 40 guy. The only 40 I own is that one in the corner up there, that M&P. But I got it for a really cheap price, so I just went ahead and grabbed it. But I'm not. I don't know. I've been trying to dwindle down. I don't want as many different calibers as I have. I've always kind of tried to stay away from that. Okay, interesting. Interesting. That I'll have to look into those. Resilient. I know there's some really good options that's came out in the last couple of years, especially more so recently, that are coming out for a better price range, and they just a all around better design. What's the most efficient and a decent price range? I don't know. The Ruger RXM seems to be one of the better newer pistols that have came out for 400 or less. Yeah, it's a good Gen 3 Glock variant. That or like a PSA dagger would be my pick for under 400 bucks. Yeah, I mean, just pistols alone having, 38, 357, 380, 22, 9 millimeter, 40, 10 millimeter, 45, 5.7. I That's way more than I anticipated on having. You know, the 380 I bought recently, which was that Bodyguard 2.0, and I'm not upset with buying that at all. That thing is so tiny. You can have 10 to 12 rounds in it from standard. 10 would be standard. 12 would be like the slightly extended. Yeah, and that thing is just that is one of the, in my opinion, one of the best new firearms that have came out for pocket carry. Yeah, how many calibers do you have now? You down to like 5 to 10 or less than that? Yeah, no, that's a good setup, man. Especially for your pistols. I mean, 9 millimeter is, I don't know. A lot of people want to argue, but I think 9 millimeter is probably one of the most effective. You get a higher round count. It The barrier penetration is probably where it struggles the most. But I mean, for most people, I don't know why you would need barrier penetration. Uh, I mean, it could be a factor at some point, but I don't see it. Yeah, I mean that's one of the biggest reasons why I wanted to get a suppressor was for home defense. Shooting a 5.56 or a 300 blackout in the without a suppressor in the middle of the night when you just woke up, you're going to be blind and deaf. Um, so at least for temporarily, because especially if you're running a shorter barrel, they flash and they're a lot louder too. That suppressor serves a good purpose there, no doubt, no doubt. Yeah, I'm with you. My shadow system's up there. That's comped, and that's my usual carry. Um, I want to. I wish they would come out with a compensator for the new little bodyguard. I think that would be sweet. Right. Yeah. I mean, you're still running, supersonic, but it helps. You're going to get that crack regardless, but it helps take out a lot of it, and especially the flash. That's the biggest thing. Yeah, because I want to get a. If I do it, I'm going to get a 300 or a 308 can for. I got a like that one that's in the video now. Um, and then definitely a 5.56 can, and I would like to have a 9 millimeter can as well. I think that would be fun, and 22. I want at least four if I do it, because 22 is always fun to shoot and suppressed. I mean, you wouldn't even know you're shooting it. Yeah, I've been thinking about picking up a 300 blackout myself. I strictly for home defense, and if I do it, I'm definitely gonna grab a suppressor. Jay, how long have you been waiting for your suppressors? Have you got them recently and got them pretty quickly, or did you get them a while back and had to wait a long time? Yeah, that's a great price. Under 300. Yeah, that's what I've been hearing. They've been going a lot quicker in the last couple months. I know there was that. I don't know much about it, but I know there was that lawsuit or whatever was going on. We were pressuring them to either move them along in a certain time period or they go ahead and go through regardless. So I was gonna play around and probably do see if I can do an SBR at home and make one and get them to approve that. See what that goes because I hear that doing them from the house is a whole lot quicker. So I kind of wanted to look into that. I also wanted to look into doing a 3D printed can to see, what the time period would be on that. It just sucks because I don't think it would last very long, so it'd be kind of pointless, but be neat to try. Yeah, same. That was one of minus the extortion fee. Just waiting for a year while your money's tied up is just I don't know. That's insane to me. That's awesome. I could see it though, especially if you're. I mean, even if you're running supers, they're on 300. They're quiet regardless, and then you get into the subs, and they're just it's unreal. What's your favorite setup you have so far, Jay? What barrel length are you running? Yep, I got a handful of those JPs as well. I love those spring kits. Okay, yeah, 7.5. That's a good set. I have a extremely short 5.56 that I picked up extremely cheap years ago. One of the I think it was Point Blank or Range USA. One of them two were running a really good sale on ARP. So never was a big. I never seen much use for it, but I picked it up anyway, and that thing is extremely loud. I was thinking about grabbing a 300 kit for it and turning into a 300 and getting a suppressor for it. Yeah, I can see going with a little bit longer barrel length for the supers. So you're running the 7.5. Is that your go-to for home defense? Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, and those JPs, they help a lot. And if you got the right buffer weight, that makes a world of a difference too. Yeah, Patriot. No, I'm with you. I wouldn't purchase any parts or anything like that until I got approved. To be on the safe side. I'm sure I'm already on a list anyway, so it ain't no reason to give them any more ammo that I can have. Because technically, you're not supposed to do anything until you get approved. Whether it be obviously you're not supposed to go ahead and modify it, but you're not supposed to do I think any kind of purchasing or anything until you're actually approved on it. Gotcha. Yeah, the 19 is probably my favorite pistol. I used to not ever I didn't like Glocks, man. That's why I bought the Beretta. I just didn't like the feel of them in my hand. I like the SIGs. I like the Berettas. Um, the FNs. There's a lot of pistols that I like, but the Glock 19 for some reason I just didn't like the feel of it. But now on the opposite of that spectrum, I love my Glock 19s. Yeah, yeah. I don't have any SPRs, but I've been thinking about doing it. I would like to, but with the brace thing being a lot more lenient now, I don't know that I will. Plus, you're restricted on where you can take them and stuff like that. That kind of scares me a little bit too. Gotcha. Yeah, same. The only I have an actual Glock 19. It's a Gen 4. Uh, I have some trigger work done to it, better disconnector and different things going on in it. So I I'm the same. That's the MOS too. So, but I have it in that MCK brace, so I don't actually have a red dot on it, which I want to so bad, but I can't slap it in there with that brace on it or that optic on it. But all the rest of them I have are, you know, Glock likes, mostly Gen 3s. Okay, I could see that. If you're a lefty, you definitely want the ambi. Yeah, the ergos of that would not be fun trying to run them with having to use two hands to do things or switch up your grip and release that to drop mags and drop slides and stuff wouldn't be fun. Do you have your rifles set up ambi as well, Jay? Or your, I guess, should I say pistols? Your 300s? Thanks, Patriot. Take it easy, man. I appreciate you tuning in. Good luck on your video, man. All right, Jay. Take it easy. I think I'm getting ready to shut it down myself. I got a bunch of stuff to do, so thanks, Jay. I appreciate it. Have a good lunch, man. Yeah, I do have an AK. I have a AK-12 and a standard AK and 7.62. I was I don't know. There's a lot of misinformation out there when I was looking into them. Probably I don't know 15 years ago or better, and I thought the AK was the end all be all. As far as reliability and everything inclusive. And that was the first semi-automatic rifle I bought was an AK. The second being a AR-10. Um, but as I've gotten more into it, I came to the realization that that necessarily wasn't the truth. AKs are great, but your ARs are extremely reliable as well. So But yeah, no, I do like my AK. It's the 7.62 is my baby for sure. All right, people. Well, I think that's going to conclude it for today. I appreciate everybody tuning in, and I'll try to do this at least maybe once or twice a week. Get a live going, and we'll see. And maybe try to do every Sunday for now, and then there may be some days that I'll do it during the week. But yep, I appreciate everybody tuning in, and y'all have a great rest of your day.